Hi, welcome to your 7-day Property Preservation Success Kit, Day 5. Again, my name is Carolette Wright, and let's go ahead and get started to your agenda. So today we're going to talk about the property preservation work. I'm going to show you some photos that I have documented of previous work that I've done. I'm going to show you a website or share a website with you where you can get or bid on jobs for the government. I'm going to go over how to complete your invoices, my thought process behind how I get more work off of one property, examples of work orders that I have, and examples of invoices and bids. So let's go ahead and get started. So this first set of pictures is basically a trash out that I did at a property. And I'm just going to go through and just share some photos with you. Some things you can expect when you go work on these properties. You're going to see the good, the bad, and the unmentionable. There's going to be some things you're going to be just mortified that happens in these properties. But I really want you to have an understanding before you commit to this industry if you're not familiar with it. For those of you who have seen stuff, this is nothing new. Just kind of a refresher and just kind of sharing some things that I've worked on. Okay, so here you see this. This is a part of a garage that had lots of debris and trash. So we kind of just went through it and we just kind of put everything in one big pile and just worked as fast as possible and got that property cleaned back up. Okay, got all the drawers cleaned out, all the trash taken out, everything cleaned out. Now here's another property that we worked on that needed a grass cut, and as you can see, the grass is pretty high. As you can see, it was about 2 feet high, and whenever you take photos of a grass, make sure you always document the height. That's going to be your proof behind how much you're going to charge your client. Okay? And I always take the height of the tallest part of the grass. Even if the other half is like 1 feet tall, it doesn't matter. I take a picture of the tallest part of the grass. Okay? Some after photos. Here's another property we worked on that was needed a grass cut and debris removal on the inside of the property. I'll show you some more of these later too. This is after. They did not want us to do the hedges. We were going to do the hedges, but for this client, they did not want us to cut the hedges. Here's the inside of that property. See, just a lot of trash and debris. Kind of same thing. They put everything in the middle of the floor and just started picking everything up. Just clearing everything out. Kind of deodorized the place. The bathroom was messy. Just personal things left behind. Got everything cleaned out and ready for presentation for a realtor to come through. Now this photo does not show the toilet before, but before that toilet was really bad. But as you can see, we cleaned it out and got it looking presentable. Now here's the garage, that same property. And the back. Again, the hedges were not done this property. They didn't want us to cut anything down. And we just did a broom swap. Just a broom swap consists of just getting the broom, sweeping the floors, not vacuuming, just getting all the cobwebs out the corners and making sure it's just presentable. So broom swept clean for this property. And most properties or most clients expect this. So don't assume that the client is or is not going to have it. Make sure you understand what that client expects. We also changed the locks in the property. And we proved that we changed the lock by showing before and after photos of the new door, the knob, and the new key. So it's very important that you do the same thing. That's proof that you actually changed the locks. Here's another property, the grass cut. Grass was just really tall, really high. We measured the height again, over 2 feet, going towards 3 feet. And we had a group go out there and cut that grass for us. It looks much better. We actually did a perimeter cut on this yard. Here's part of the crew working. And as you can see when you go through these photos that I did not do any of this work myself. I hired people to go out there and do it for me. And I cashed in. Alright, so here's a picture of a measuring wheel. This is a tool you will definitely need. I got mine for like 20, 30 bucks at Home Depot. You can probably get them for cheaper online. At the time, I didn't have one, so I had to go down to the hardware store. But it will be beneficial starting out that you go ahead and order one. They're not expensive, and it'll help prove the length of the yard or the yardage of the area that you're working on for your work orders. You always want to get a picture at 0, get a picture mid, and get a picture after for the length and the for both sides of the house, length and width. So this property was, go back, 112 feet by 230 feet. Okay, here's the after picture of the grass cut, under 2 inches, which is what the client wanted us to do. Here's just some more photos supporting the property and the work we did. Always get a photo of the actual street sign. This helps you keep your photos organized. It also verifies to the client that you're at the right location in case something comes up and you cut the wrong grass. That photo will help prove that you were at the right location and that everything is documented through your photos. So making sure you get a photo of the actual street, because when you start doing a lot of properties, that will be a good marker that you do before you start the property. It's good to do it before and after possibly, but get a system in place. That way you're not guessing yourself or forgetting if you're working on a lot of properties at one time. Okay, so it's a good way to keep organized. Always make sure you get a sign of for sale signs. So if a property is for sale, most clients want you to get a photo of it. They want you to call the realtor. They want you to ask, how much is the property for sale for? How long has the property been on the market? Things like that. Because a lot of cases, the realtor may or may not know, but it's up to you to be the eyes and ears for that mortgage company and let them know the property's been on sale for a month. It's listed for more than what it's, or for X amount of dollars, and that'll help them document properly in their files. Also, I get signs of anything that was winterized previously to me being there. I get photos of that, and I also document anything that's been in the property for my own documentation. Alright, here's a photo of donation. So this is a property we've been to. We donated bed mattresses, refrigerators. These are things that were in good condition that we really didn't feel that needed to go to the trash, but that somebody could, benefit from it. So instead of taking it to the dump, we dropped it off at the local Goodwill, and I'm sure some family was definitely appreciative of it because it would have been trash otherwise. And of course, our supplier approved it. At the time, the property probably was vacant for like 3 or 4 months, and it was deemed debris. So we were given the approval to throw it all in the trash. So versus throwing in trash, we just took the time. Since it wasn't a lot in the property, just these big items, we dropped it off at the Goodwill for someone to be able to use it. Alright, this is a list of things that we used. This client wanted us to deodorize a property, so we kind of just gave them proof of what we used to freshen the area up for the showing. Here's another property that we cleaned. Some more photos of property we've been inside to work on. This is some of the worst. I mean, it's gotten worse than this. This is not actually the worst, but one of the worst. Just mold. Just lots of mold. And you know what this property was? There was a flood last year for 2010 where the Cumberland River flooded. And a lot of those properties that were along that river got damaged. And this is one of the ones that got distressed. As you can see, a lot of debris. Here's another property we went inside, just kind of assessed everything that was in the property from